Now we need to deal with conceptual art, and conceptual art is a bit of an issue because it's going to change the way we look at art dramatically, kind of a 180 from the ideas of creating beautiful things that people want to creating a message, a discussion. So what is conceptual art? Now, conceptual art is a movement that prizes ideas over formal or visual components of art. In other words, it's not about the piece you're looking at. It's about the discussion that that piece is going to make you have. So they're trying to convey an idea or a concept. They don't need to create something that's meant to be purchased, that's meant to be auctioned. Their chief claim is that the articulation of an artistic idea is the work of art. So concerns like aesthetics, expression, skill, and marketability are irrelevant. To some degree, they are also fighting back against the art system, something we've seen from the Dada artists, from environmental and ephemeral and other groups. So not really a new idea. So what they're going to do, in effect, is dramatically simplify the art. It might seem to many people that what passes for conceptual art is not, in fact, art at all, much like Jackson Pollock's drip paintings or Andy Warhol's Marilyn Monroe diptych. And this seemed to contradict what had previously passed for art. They're basically calling into question with all of these pieces, every conceptual art piece, you're going to be forced to ask a specific question. There are others that you will ask, but one of the questions you must always ask is it art, or what is art? They're trying to force you to define something that so many of us want to say, well, I know it when I see it. But do you? Because here it's not about, for example, basketballs in a fish tank. It's about the larger conversation that you're going to have with someone, presumably with you, looking at this at the same time. And one of the originators of conceptual art is going to be Joseph Gusoff. And he's one of these originators starting in the mid-1960s. And he pioneers the use of words in place of visual imagery of any kind, and explores the relationship between ideas and the images and words to convey them. Now, to do this, he creates a series called 1 and 3, in which he assembles an object, a photograph of the object, and the dictionary definition of the object, to get us to question not just what is art, but what creates this thing. And in this case, we're looking at 1 and 3 chairs, where we have an actual chair, a picture of a chair, and definition of the chair. And in effect, we're being asked, what is a chair? Now, Gusoff doesn't make the chair. He didn't take the photo or write the definition. He's assembling them. So we're supposed to sit there and say, hey, what is this object? What makes a chair? What gives a chair chairness? And you would sit there and go, well, obviously an actual chair, but does it? Because think about it this way. If I'm blind, what's my conception of a chair? Maybe given the 3 and assuming that I can't go up and touch it because it's in a museum, maybe for me, if I'm blind, the definition of the chair is more useful. Maybe under other circumstances, the photograph of the chair tells me more about the chair than the chair itself, assuming that I can't touch it, because then the chair itself is almost nothing more than the photograph in the first place. You see how these thoughts just start to roll, and it snowballs, and that snowballing, that discussion is exactly what he's looking for. So we're sitting there trying to figure out which representation of the chair is the most accurate. By assembling these 3 alternatives, He's turned a simple wooden chair into an object of debate or consternation, a platform for exploring new ideas and new meanings. And he doesn't just do this, because this is what we would initially see: the picture, the chair, and the definition. And then he expands it to this. He takes a picture, well, he doesn't, but someone takes a picture of the entire installation. We install a picture as well as a description of the installation. Now we're starting to get meta. But it doesn't stop there, because he will do it again. And now we've got a picture of a picture of a picture of a chair. We've got all sorts of things going on, and that discussion just continues. And it doesn't need to be a really deep discussion about deep issues. We don't have to be talking about world peace. We are talking about a chair, and he's trying to take us down that rabbit hole and say, look, just think about it.